jolly day. Would you like to try our peach mango pie with a side of weekly Phoenix Wright kissing appointment? Because if you do, then let's go ahead and get started!
Hiya, hey, hey, welcome in, everyone. I hope you're doing well. Hiya, hey, hey, everyone. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. Good morning, everyone. Hope you guys are all doing good today. Thank you guys so much for stopping by. Little Bud Moore, thank you so much for being first. Oh my god, Kiro Style, hi! Welcome in, Cat Magician. Hope you're doing well today. And Yazzie, it's time to write some phoenixes. If you know what I mean. And Sage Boy, good morning to you. Hello, hello, guys. Thank you guys so much for stopping by. I literally just woke up. I stayed out pretty late last night. Thank you to everyone that stopped by Bonnie's stream yesterday. For those of you that weren't there, yesterday I was on Bonnie Dumpling's stream. We did a lot of unboxings. We opened the Grand Blue Fantasy White Day and Valentine's Day cards from this year. And that was a lot of fun. I got myself Vane and Lancelot and I brought them home. And then she also surprised me at the very end with some really awesome Ace Attorney goodies. Great Ace Attorney goodies, which I was super surprised to see. And I'm just so happy that I got to spend the night hanging out with her. But also, we stayed up like really late because we ended up getting like not drinks, like not like alcohol, but like we went to get coffee and stuff, and we went to an arcade. And I was not prepared to be overstimulated with, like, you know, when you go to an arcade, there's just like a lot of noise and people and stuff. Hello, just wanted to say hi. Probably won't stay for too long because I'm selling at San Francisco. Are you at a con right now? Are you tabling at a con? I hope it goes well. Good luck. Welcome in, Aaron. I'll be lurking here and there. No problem. Go do what you gotta do. Today we're gonna be doing the investigation for day 1 of Apollo Justice Case 4. Probably not gonna be too long because I'm gonna go. I'm gonna hang out with Reisna after this, so we'll see how that goes. But in relation to going to an arcade, I woke up kind of late this morning. I woke up at like 9 or 10, and I was just like laying in bed and I was so lazy, and I finally decided to just plunge through TikTok. And obviously my TikTok algorithm's like mostly like recipes and stuff, but I guess like it figured out that I went to an arcade or something because I got a TikTok, and you're gonna get it now because I'm saying TikTok. I got a TikTok about this guy who, like, his whole TikTok content is about like claw machines at round 1 arcade. So his whole thing is just showing you, because I guess his profile said that he is like a PhD. He has a PhD in like the mechanics of arcades and claw machines. I don't know, but it was crazy. I like watched his entire feed and I was like, man, I want to go to an arcade again tonight. But like I'm mentally prepared to go now. Look behind you. What? Huh? Yeah, there's a lot of plushies behind me. Huh? Huh? Speaking of arcades, here's the real arcade guy. No, but I think I've showed you guys my room sometimes before. I have like a lot of plushies because I inherited the room from my sister. And she is a really big arcade person, and she really likes Sanrio and Hello Kitty, so like I just have a bunch of Hello Kitties all over my room. But yeah, my check-in question for you guys is, when was the last time that you guys went to an arcade? I dropped something, I had to pick it up. When was the last time that you guys went to an arcade? And if you go to an arcade, like, do you tend to go to claw machines? Do you tend to go for the rhythm games? A couple weeks ago, gee, I wonder. I wonder what the circumstances were. Today, actually, good reminder to post my scores. Yeah, Ryugen is like an actual arcade nut. Like, he really goes to a lot of different arcades, and he has like the rhythm game cards and all that stuff. And I have gotten to witness him firsthand at his rhythm game goodness. And he's really, really, really good. But he also taught me, this is so cool. He taught me that in Japan, arcades there, they have like a rental system where they have a PC and you can actually stream your gameplay of like the rhythm games on like Twitch and YouTube and stuff. Like they have a PC specifically to stream, but you have to like make a reservation to like, you know, rent out the PC so it's not just like a first come first serve sort of situation. And I thought that was so cool, but obviously like if you're a VTuber, you're gonna immediately dox yourself. Today, actually, probably months ago, maybe years ago, in March, gee, I wonder with who? I love claw machines though. Yeah, I was watching, like I watched all of that guy's TikTok feed and like, I feel like I know more now. I feel like I'm ready to go to an arcade and try to win at claw machines. But actually, I did win at claw machines recently. When I went to round one with all the manager sons, I actually won this really cute, it's like a cinnamon roll wearing a keropi outfit. Like he skinned keropi. In the meantime, some of those games do have home versions, for sure, but it's like the experience of just like being at an arcade, right? Like, isn't that so fun? I like going to the arcade just because it's like a good place to like hang out with friends. And I don't know, I like claw machines, but my favorite thing, of course, is doing purikura. I love going to the photo booths. I love dragging my friends and then decorating the pictures and printing them out and all that stuff. I wish that arcade purikuras did this. There are some photo booths that like aren't necessarily in arcades, but they have a function where you can choose how many photos to print out so that you can just pay more to cover the cost of the printing. But everyone in the group gets a copy, right? Whereas when you go to like one in an arcade, you only get like the one or two. I prefer to be dragged around. I feel like everyone here that has gone to an arcade with me is just like, yeah, you dragged me to it. And I'm like, happy! Those kinds of accounts are so good because they show all the tricks. It's how I won a ghoul from Gundam. Oh, he's the hot guy, right? Figure while in Japan. The thing is, I also just feel like Japanese claw machines are a lot more generous than American ones. I feel like American ones have like a really high threshold. Because what I learned is that like claw machines have this system called like a payout. So, and this makes sense. Like the more amount of like swipes you put in and the more amount of money you put into the claw machine, the stronger it gets. And when you hit like a certain amount, like it just automatically like the grip will be strong enough that you just will win it, right? Whereas like with a regular claw machine, you can literally see the claw loosening the grip so that the item falls out. I agree with that. Yeah, no, I feel like Japanese claw arcades are just so much more generous, but Japan also just has arcades everywhere, like so much more compared to even California, which I feel like has more arcades than like other places in the US. But yeah, that was my little spiel. I woke up and I started watching claw machine TikToks. What else did I do? Also, I said this yesterday, but like I'm just obsessed with Crazy by Le Sserafim. I've just been listening to it over and over and over and over and over and over and over. Anything else interesting happen? I don't know. I was thinking about Persona. I want to play more Persona 3, so maybe we'll do that either tonight or tomorrow. You should totally do those online UFO catcher stuff. Oh my god. If I became a Toreba streamer, I think I would actually go bankrupt. Wait, is there a category for Toreba on Twitch? Because I know that some people stream Toreba on YouTube. No. Welcome in, Lucy. Claw Machine. There's a game called Claw Machine Sim, but like, I don't know. Maybe the next time I go to an arcade, I'll actually stream again. I remember that I streamed when I went to round one in Japan last year, and it was incredibly scuffed. and I didn't see the chat for like half that stream. But it was still really fun to do, so maybe the next time I go to Japan, I can go ahead and stream it. But it depends on the company that I'm with, because when I go with my normie friends, like, I don't want to make them be like, hey, can you, like, hold my phone while I, like, do the thing? So maybe if I go with, like, my manager-sans, or if I go with, like, friends from stream or something, or if I go with, like, Kira or whatever. But anyways, I don't know, I just really wanted to go to an arcade. I wasn't mentally prepared last night, but I'm mentally prepared today. But anyways, we are kind of on a time budget, so let's go ahead and get started on that investigation. Riveting gameplay. I am also so jealous because Phoenix! In the middle of the Space Center bombing trial, we had another bombing incident. I was gonna say, I was also so jealous because Kiro finished his playthrough of Ace Attorney Investigations 1 last night, and I could not watch the entire playthrough because I'm planning on playing it and I want to be blind. And then he's gonna be playing Ace Attorney Investigations 2. It's so hard when your friends play games that you really like, but you can't, like, watch. You know the drill, though I might sleep real soon, actually, just chilling and letting my food settle before hitting the hay. You're gonna be sleeping really early for your standards. This one destroyed courtroom number 4. Furthermore, Apollo suffered massive injuries from being there when the bomb went off. I'm gonna say it. I said it last time, I'll say it again. Apollo looks hot with his little hair like sticking out on the bottom. Like when it's not like slicked back. Unfortunately, Juniper Woods was fingered as the courtroom bomber. What? It's not Apollo anymore, we're Phoenix? Athena and I knew she had to be innocent, so we took her case on. We managed to clear Miss Woods' name. But Apollo sustained further injuries when he was attacked by Ted Tenate. This is like the one time I don't want to play as Phoenix. I'm like, we just got to the juicy stuff as Apollo. Apollo Justice Trilogy in quotes. I'm so mad. Like, this should have been an Apollo Justice game. As much as I love Phoenix Wright, this really should have just been an Apollo Justice game. Especially so that I could just look at Phoenix Wright front facing forward every time. December 19th, 3:21 p.m. Write Anything Agency. Apollo is a tough guy, but this is taking its toll on him. Yeah, poor guy, being attacked by Tenate like that on top of all of his other injuries. Apollo is resting at the nearby Hickfield Clinic! Get him out of there! Get him out right now! I've had some experience with that place myself. What an awful turn of events. I never thought he'd land in a hospital of all places. You must miss him too, huh? Now that you don't have anybody else to tease. Don't worry, he's young. He'll heal quickly and be back before you know it. It's been a while since I last saw Trucy look so down. We won the court case, yet nobody feels much like celebrating. All right, enough of this, people! This is no time to be moping around. Now dry those eyes, both of you! You're the only one who's crying, Athena. Technicalities! Look, we have work to do! We have to take over! Take over what exactly? Apollo's Space Center case, of course! As no verdict's been reached, there's still a chance!
Athena, we should pick up Mr. Starbuck's defense. We have to avenge our fallen comrade, right, Daddy?
Apollo hasn't exactly fallen. He's still alive, you know? This is his trilogy, you know? Welcome in, Juan. Hope you're doing well today.
Good. Now that that's settled, let's get going. Come on, we gotta run.
Wait, right now? We better not be running the whole way. There she goes. I'd better go catch up. Can you take care of the office, Trucy?
Sure thing, Daddy. Let's be careful out there. In the meantime, I'm gonna go bake some cookies and fill up my magic panties for you.
Trucy seems to be feeling a little better. I can always count on Athena to perk everybody up with her enthusiasm.
Oh, she's back. Don't mind me. Just forgot a few things. My wallet, phone, the documents, my bag, my social security card.
Sounds more like you forgot everything. I can always count on Athena for that, too. Welcome in, Timbit. Hope you're doing well today.
All right, you two. Let's be careful out there.
December 19th. Detention Center. Visitor's room. So our client is one Solomon Starbuck. He's so famous, even I've heard of him.
That's right. He's a super famous astronaut who works at the Cosmos Space Center. He was actually up in outer space 7 years ago.
You seem to know quite a bit about him. Now I'm all excited to meet the man. This is also just so weird because Phoenix is like not cryptic anymore. Like he's just, it's weird because he's not cryptic, but he's also not like, he's not like trilogy Phoenix. Like he's just man right now. He's just a guy right now. Wow, that was the longest sigh I've ever heard. He sounds like a Minecraft villager. Is that what they do? They go, Apollo told me all about you. You're Phoenix, right? Apollo's daddy, I mean mentor, right? Yes, that's right. Daddy has a nice ring to it, huh?
Don't worry about a thing, Mr. Starbuck. Mr. Wright and I got you covered.
And you're the new kid Apollo told me about. Wait! Don't I know you from somewhere?
Huh? You mean, other than your trial? I don't think so.
I guess so. My mistake. My memory isn't what it used to be, dude. My mind and body are kaput. Same goes for my life. I mean, I'm so astronomically unlucky that I had a bomb go off in the middle of my trial. Trying to defend me would be like trying to defend and enter the entire stratosphere without a spacecraft, dude. Yikes. He's seriously gotta stop depressing himself.
Cheer up, Mr. Starbuck. Besides, that thing you said about entering the stratosphere, that just means we'd shine like shooting stars, right?
Like shooting stars, huh? You know, you're right. Well, why didn't I think of that? After all, that's what we're all put on this earth to do, right? To shine like constellations. Guess I shouldn't mention the fact that shooting stars burn out in a flash. Oh yeah! Here we go! 3, 2, 1, to the stratosphere and beyond! Yeah, I feel alive now. You can go ahead and ask me anything you want. Is that really all it takes? So you have no memory at all of the incident? I'm so ashamed, dude. My memory of the time is as black and clouded as a dark nebula.
Still, it's strange that you don't remember a thing. Are you sure you didn't take one of those anti-anxiety pills like they said at the trial?
You got it all wrong! I told them during the investigation, too! I don't know anything about any drugs! I never took any medication! I swear! It is true that I developed a fear of space because of what happened 7 years ago. And I was taking medication secretly every now and then when my anxiety got bad. Having a fear of space is not something an astronaut can brag about, you know? Oh, the so-called Hat 1 miracle? That must have been a terrifying experience. But I'm still an astronaut at heart, come what may. I would never take drugs that might impede my performance just before a launch. That launch meant everything to me. That's most certain than the theory of relativity. He seems like a completely different person now. This is the face of the astronaut I know. You did not know who this guy was, Phoenix, but okay.
But the tranquilizers were found in your system.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. But I don't know why. I'm done for. If you didn't take them, then maybe somebody slipped them to you. Exactly! That's what I thought! It must have been the real culprit, dude. My medication was in my locker. Anybody could have gotten their hands on it.
Maybe the real culprit also planted the detonator switch in your pocket.
Yeah. That's gotta be it. I've been framed. I'll say. They even managed to plant your prints on the switch before slipping it in. It's a real possibility. Do you remember anything else that might be relevant? Anything at all, no matter how small. Like about the murder weapon, for example. That knife. I think it came from one of the Space Center's utility kits. Welcome in, Lyra. Utility kits? Yeah, staff who work on machinery a lot are given these special toolkits to use. All the technicians have them, so I doubt you could prove whose knife it is. As I recall, your last trip into space was 7 years ago, right? That's right. It was a pretty rough experience, dude. During that mission, we had all kinds of problems with the craft. You did? What kind of problems? Power failure, oxygen leakage, busted radio, cracked windows, loose control column. The heat shield came off as we were entering the atmosphere. I thought it was a goner. But I managed to make it somehow with the popsicles and ice packs from the freezer.
No wonder they dubbed it the Hat 1 miracle. It's a miracle you made it back.
Space is a boundless place, dude. That's why it continues to capture people's imaginations. But the vastness of space shows us how insignificant we are in the scheme of things. The darkness just goes on and on forever, and ever and ever without end. There was nobody else there. Nobody was gonna come save me. I was all alone. All alone. With nothing to listen to but the sound of my own breathing and heartbeat.
Welcome in, Bonnie.
I kept scrambling to make repairs, but I couldn't keep my hands from shaking. An experience like that would make anybody afraid to go up into space. Honestly, space terrifies me too.
With the experience you had, weren't you dreading this mission?
What? No way. Of course not. Even now, I want to go up to space so bad I can barely stand it, dude. I want to shake off the Earth's gravity at escape velocity and spin around weightless.
But you have to admit it was pretty harrowing. Weren't you even a tiny bit afraid?
Oh, I was afraid. Of course I was. I still am. But space is man's final frontier. An unknown world, dude. A question for you guys, like, what do you guys think? Like, would you guys be down to go to space, or does the idea of space just terrify you like it does me? Gonna stream in the background and lurk because I'm working through Phoenix's boyfriend simulator investigations. Yeah, I hope you have fun. The cosmic truth is out there, waiting for us somewhere. The cosmic truth, huh? I guess there are people looking for the truth in every walk of life. No matter how afraid I am, I'm sure I can manage. I certainly wouldn't. I'd rather stay on Earth. I'd honestly love to go to space. It feels like it would be so awe-inspiring. I think if through some miracle we're able to like find a way to inhabit Mars, because Mars is like the most compatible with us, right? If it's possible to like and a civilization flourishes, I wouldn't be opposed to it, but the idea of just space and the vastness of everything is terrifying. If I give in to my fear, I'll never find the truth. Space sounds horrible to me. I'm good being on my little rock. As long as I don't give up, I can keep up the fight. One thing's for sure, Mr. Starbuck's passion for space is undeniably the real deal. I think what's kind of terrifying to me is the idea that every other planet out there, there's like no civilization, there's no life, there's no like nature, there's nothing like that, and it's only Earth that has it. Because it's like, there's no way, because we are so small and tiny, right? Like, I don't know, like, I don't really have like stakes in the idea of like extraterrestrial life out there or not, but like, it just feels not right that we are the only planet that has not even like intelligence like on a human level, but like animals or nature or things like that. The victim, Clay Turan. He was kind of like your protege, wasn't he? Well, it wasn't a big exaggerated deal like master and apprentice or anything like that. But Clay did think of me as his mentor. The mentor and the protege. What a combination they must have been. Of all the species that could exist, it had to be the one that invented hentai. With his encouragement, I knew I could get over my fear and go back into space. But now?
Clay must have been very encouraging, huh?
Welcome in, Destinies. Yeah, it's funny, really. Whenever I'd hear him shout, "You're fine!" I always got the feeling everything really was gonna be just fine.
You're fine. Apollo says I'm fine and you're fine all the time, too. And I always feel encouraged, too, whenever I hear him shout it.
Yeah, Clay and Apollo were like boyfriends that always I kind of felt weird being the third wheel between them, you know? He used to come visit the Space Center a lot, ever since they were high school kids. My own Fermi paradox take is that life is out there, but not necessarily intelligent life to our extent. I would hope so, just for the sake of, it's so sad that, all these other places exist and we're the only ones that, have anything, right? One day out of the blue, Clay even told me he wanted to be my protege. Those two hung around the Space Center so much, they were like part of the staff. One time during zero-G training, I started to panic a little bit. And the two of them took turns shouting, "You're fine!" over the radio. It was a simple thing, but it was exactly what I needed to hear. They were best friends for life of all time, which we only learned about just now, and we've never heard of this guy in Apollo Justice Ace Attorney, dude. So I'm fine and you're fine were like Apollo and Clay's secret phrases, huh? I wish I could ask Apollo more about Clay and their relationship now. Oh, Phoenix.
Speaking of Clay, how do you suppose he climbed down the ladder with you over his shoulder?
Sorry, but I can't even begin to imagine. In the grand scheme of things, it took like 10 billion years for us to get this intelligent. We might be first, but certainly not last, since the universe is still expanding for sure. But the thing that scares me though is that when we think about these sorts of things and we get into that little existential space and we think about how short our lives are and how everything is, I just get it just kind of makes me But he actually did climb down that ladder, so a way has to exist. From the freedom of space to the walls of a cell. But that prosecutor said the dark night sky isn't half bad through barred windows.
You're fine! Solomon Soul Starbuck is fine! Everything is going to be all right!
Huh?
And Athena Sykes just learned her new stim! Come on, Mr. Wright, you too!
Do I really have to? Phoenix Wright is fine.
I can't hear you!
Phoenix Wright is fine!
We'll get you back into space yet, Mr. Starbuck. Believe in your own innocence and have faith in us. Believe in victory.
Apollo believed in you wholeheartedly, and that's good enough for me. I believe in you too. Thank you. Thank you, both of you, dude. I'll put my faith in you. And I vow to make it back into space! All I need first is a not guilty verdict. Sure feels nice to reassure ourselves every now and then that we're all fine.
Okay, Mr. Wright. Let's get our investigation of the Space Center started. Pronto!
Good idea. Let's go. December 19th. Cosmos Space Center. Entrance. Wow. I was wondering what kind of place this Space Center would be. It almost looks like an amusement park of the future.
Yeah. Did you know they even let the public see their rockets up close? Oh, so check it out. Look at how brightly the GAXA logo shines in the sunlight above the entranceway. I really dig the stars and rocket motif it's got going.
GAXA, huh? Isn't that the new name of the Federal Space R&D program?
Yeah, but why the strange acronym? I mean, what is
Supposed to stand to?
Galaxy?
Is this supposed to be like Gekten Saiban? If that were it, the whole thing would be something like the Galaxy Exploration Agency. Wait, which, if you ask me, I'd have abbreviated to GAXA or even Gaia. Because if it's like Sa, like if the XA is like Sa for Japanese, is this like a Gekten Saiban pun?
I guess so. Oh, I know. Maybe the person who came up with the name just really likes the letter Y.
This exchange is beginning to feel oddly like deja vu.
Anyway, this place is more than just like a research facility. It's also a tourist destination.
Tourist attraction? Don't make me laugh. It's a monument to the human race. Galactic scooter, full speed ahead!
Is this Fulbright? No. Oh. Oh, Japan's is called JAXA. Got it.
Yikes! Who's this geezer and what's he want?
Look upon me and look well. Behold the great power of the space science.
He looks like Drake from Pokemon in Hoenn. Pardon me, but you are... Wait, he's got the Mario stars on his suit. Look, they look like the Mario stars with the eyes.
My glorious name is Yuri Cosmos. I am the director of the Cosmos Space Center, the center of the cosmos.
Boss? That was pretty groan-inducing.
If this person's the Space Center's director, then that means...
Aha! So you were one of the first to discover Clay's body, weren't you?
Yuri Cosmos? Is there going to be a character named Yowie Earth later? No, I think the pun here is because if I remember right, Yuri is like Greek for Earth, or like I think it means Earth in some language. And who was the first to find the victim?
Actually, there were two of them. The Space Center director, Yuri Cosmos, and the detective Candace R.
Yuri Gagarin, the first man in space. Oh, okay, cool.
That is correct. I was honored to be the very first man in all of space and time to discover the body. But talk of the incident. Are you by any chance the space police?
You can't tack the word space onto any old thing, you know? Space Yowie. We're Mr. Starbuck's lawyers. We're here to investigate his case.
Oh, and we're Earth warriors, by the way.
Yuri means earth kind of insanely cooks. There's gotta be a GL that uses that. Yuri comes from the Greek name Gregorios, which means earthworker. Okay, so that's where I remembered that.
Ah, I see. Yes, I've heard about you. In that case, by my esteemed privilege, I grant you permission to investigate. I trust that you are appropriately grateful. Now go ahead! Have at it!
I can already tell he's gonna be nothing but trouble.
Don't let him hear you say that, or you'll see what trouble really is. Let's just be professional and ask him about when he found the body, okay? So, as director, what do you do here at the Space Center specifically?
Defend peace across the galaxy and promote space development in this country. No matter what obstacles stand in our way, we keep going for the sake of mankind!
I believe I used the word specifically in my question.
Attention all personnel! To your break stations! Prepare for a break!
Oh, I get it. You just wander around and tell people what to do in a self-important manner.
That is exactly right. Because I am an important man, my manner is important.
Mr. Wright, this man doesn't get sarcasm.
Well, there's bound to be some people like that, here in the boundlessness of space.
What's that? You want to know what is it that makes me important, specifically? Very well, I will tell you. I was the central figure of the Hat 1 project. You may proceed to be appropriately impressed. Now go ahead, have at it.
I might be more impressed if I knew what he did it for it. Specifically. Could you tell us what you know about the incidents from the other day?
I refuse.
What?
Explaining is a job for common folk, not the director of the center of the cosmos. My testimony, which will go down in space history, will be heard in the courtroom.
What? So does that mean you'll be taking the stand tomorrow?
That is correct. I will be the most glorious witness in the history of mankind.
I'm not sure if he really understands what being a witness is all about.
Looks like Director Cosmos is the type that only talks about what he wants to talk about.
Then let's at least try to ask him about the things he might be willing to open up about. The Hat 1 was a rocket that was launched into space 7 years ago, correct? And despite numerous problems, it somehow made its way back home?
I suppose it is part of my job to educate ignorant young folk like you. Very well. I will impart to you the complete story of the Hat 1 project.
Oh, thank you very much. Before we do, I need to see what he says about the characters because I want to see if he says, I call him Apollo to Apollo. Athena Sykes, age 18, a new lawyer at my agency. She studied psychology while she was in Europe. Apollo Justice, age 23.
Look, he looks so much more cuter with the bottom of his hair sticking out like that.
Lawyer at my agency who was attacked during the court bombing trial. He's currently recovering at the hospital. I call him Apollo. Trucy Wright, age 16. My daughter, who also happens to be an aspiring magician. I adopted her 8 years ago. Clay Turan, age 23. The victim in this case. He was a Hat 2 crew member and Apollo's boyfriend. Juniper Woods, age 18. Athena's girlfriend. I defended her when she was on trial for the courtroom bombing incidents. Solomon Starbuck, age 33. The defendant in this case. He was a Hat 2 crew member and a mentor to the victim. The fact that Simon Blackwell is younger than Solomon Starbuck. Simon Blackwell, age 28, a prosecutor and prison inmate. He can manipulate witnesses through the power of suggestion. Bobby Fulbright, age 33, the detective assigned to this case. He led the evacuation effort at the Space Center after the bombing incident. Candace R., a detective who specialized in bomb cases, was on detail at the Space Center, one of the first to find the body. Yuri Cosmos, the director of the Space Center and one of the first people to discover the body. He seems exceedingly full of himself.
Hat 1's noble mission was to collect samples from an asteroid. And Mr. Starbuck was the pilot for that flight. Eventually, the Hat 1 reached its planned orbit, from where it launched the Hope probe towards the asteroid belt. From there, the Hope probe began its long, lonely journey into the far reaches of space. Then, after a terrifying struggle, the Hat 1 returned safely to Earth. That struggle was when the incident known as the Hat 1 miracle occurred.
Oh, wait, Avita!
That struggle was when the incident known as the Hat 1 miracle occurred, right?
Correct. And it truly was a miracle. Of course, they just have to have turned the ordeal into a movie. As for the Hope probe, it did eventually arrive safely at its destination. It obtained a few samples from the asteroid and returned to Earth but a few days ago.
So what kind of samples are they? What's in them?
Yeah. The samples are scheduled for analysis in the near future. We haven't had time since they just came back the day before Turan's murder. Regrettably, we have had no time to inspect the samples due to everything that has occurred. But this puts our space development program ahead of other countries by several years.
That's quite impressive. I guess this guy isn't just a loudmouth braggart after all.
In the golden age of space development, our predecessors were successful in bringing a moon rock back. That is the greatest achievement in the history of this space center. The public fell in love with space and all of its glorious potential.
A moon rock, huh? I remember that being big.
Our endeavors with the moon rock live on in our work with those asteroid samples. I want to bestow new hopes and dreams for the future upon mankind once again. That is my mission, as the man who stands at the center of the cosmos.
I hear there's lots of research into moon rocks and stardust from asteroids these days. They say the results could potentially have a huge impact on all of civilization.
I fell in love with space when I was a child?
Did I ever want to be an astronaut when I was a kid?
No, I've always wanted to be an actor, so...
It's like we're in a new space race with every other country out there.
What? Bite your tongue! It's not for anything so base as shmoney or politics. It's all for the brilliant future that awaits mankind. And all for my illustrious mission.
Also, welcome in, Tuki.
With the recent budget cuts, my staff tells me finances are tight, but I won't hear it!
I guess even a space program has to watch its budget. By the way, you seem awfully knowledgeable about this kind of thing, Athena.
Huh? Well, you know, I thought I'd better brush up for the case.
Is that so?
Well, I'll be on my way. As you can see, I am a very busy and very important man. Galactic Scooter! the main engine! Max battle speed! And engage!
That thing is surprisingly fast. I guess we'd better get going too.
You bet! Let's make it so! Athena Sykes is fine!
Huh? What was that all about?
I thought I'd better get fired up twice as much to make up for Apollo being gone. For starters, I thought I'd imitate him.
So you were doing a voice workout, huh?
Yup, you have to push your voice up from the pit of your stomach. Hold it! There's a contradiction in the witness's statement.
You're really serious about this.
Objection! You're lying! The true culprit is the judge!
What? Then who's going to hand down the verdict?
Oh, I didn't think of that.
So what do you think we should do next?
Oh, that's right.
What is it, Athena?
I just remembered I forgot to go running today. I was so taken up with what happened to Apollo, it slipped my mind.
That wasn't what I was asking. What is that thing in the back? December 19th. Cosmos Space Center. Boarding lounge. So, this is where Mr. Turan was murdered.
Yeah, this is the lounge. And let's see that diagram the police made again. Right now, we're in the main building here on the right side on the 3rd floor. Space Seahorse? Clay and Mr. Starbuck fled here from Launchpad 1 after the explosion.
I'd like to... Wait, what's Space Seahorse? Is this a meme that I'm not aware of?
You there! No admittance without express permission!
We're Mr. Starbuck's lawyers. We've come to investigate.
Sorry, nobody gets in without permission. Not even the police superintendent.
Can't have Detective Fulbright getting mad at me. So Detective Fulbright is here, huh?
Yeah, he's on the Launchpad 1 corridor. Go get clearance from him and then we'll talk.
Leave it to me. I'm great at getting intel out of Detective Fulbright. Let's see. What trick should I use on him today?
I don't know if I should be grateful or afraid.
So, to get to the Launchpad 1 corridor, we just have to go through that door with the blue rocket on it, I think.
Wait, that door. It looks awfully familiar.
Good eye there, boss. This is the door that Clay and Mr. Starbuck used during their escape from the launch pad.
Ah, that explains it.
The fingerprint system has been deactivated, so I think we can just pass through. Now come on, let's go!
December 19th. Cosmos Space Center. Launch Pad 1 Corridor. I totally forgot. I should definitely take screenshots of these areas because I need them for like my thumbnails. So this is it, huh? This is the corridor the two of them used in their escape.
Yep, this is the only thing connecting Launchpad 1 with the main building.
I see police tape down on the other end. Guess we won't be looking at the launch pad.
After the explosion, the whole corridor must have been filled with smoke.
And the launch pad itself was probably a sea of flames. Must have been pretty scary for them.
Now, could Detective Fulbright be? Hey, I think that's him over there!
What should I do? Which path is the path of justice?
He seems to be lost. That's funny. This corridor's a straight shot.
Huh? Ah, it's you lawyer people! Welcome to the Space Center! Enjoying a relaxing day off, are you? Here for a little rocket sightseeing?
We're here to investigate the scene, same as you. Do you have any info to share?
Boss, if he acts at all reluctant to give us information, we hit him with a whatever shall we do act. I'm sure he'll fall for it. Got it?
We trying to catch the unruly family dog here or something?
Info on the case, huh? All right, I'll gladly share some with you.
Huh? What just happened?
Detectives and lawyers seeking truth and justice side by side. I like it. Just take whatever you want from me, you info bandits. I'm in a generous mood today.
I don't know. There's something weird about Detective Fulbright today.
Well, we need information, so let's run with it.
If you say so.
Detective Fulbright, could you give us permission to investigate the crime scene?
There's an officer on guard and we can't get in. Oh, whatever shall we do?
That's an easy one. I'll let them know over there to let you in. Investigate to your heart's content. Take a week if you need it. A month even. Shall I have some snacks delivered? One of my men gives a mean neck rub.
No, that's okay. But thanks. Definitely not the Fulbright I know.
Detective Fulbright is acting sickeningly sweet. It's kind of gross, actually. Do you think he hit his head or something?
Who knows? Whatever the case, it's making our lives way easier. You were here at the Space Center at the time of the incidents, weren't you, Detective?
That's right. I was here on a security assignment.
The police are required to secure rocket launches now? I didn't know that.
Yes, well, you know us to serve and protect. The explosions occurred while I was here on duty, so I started leading the evacuation.
He's leaving out a lot of details, but okay. Could you tell us more about what happened?
Of course! In just 1 second.
Because I need my back massager. So I have this like massage gun I bought from Amazon, and it's been so useful because my back and my neck are always in such poor condition.
A bomb went off on the 2nd floor of the main building. Right after that, the one over in Launch Pad 1 also blew sky high. So I immediately instructed the visitors and the employees to evacuate the shelter.
The shelter?
That's right. There's an evacuation shelter in the basement of the Space Center. It's there for accidents and emergencies and the like.
So where were you when the first bomb went off?
I was on duty on the 4th floor. It was quite the madhouse, I tell you.
Wait, but you're a detective for the police center, right? Like, why would you be working at the Space Center?
The elevator wasn't working on account of the explosion. And the stairs on the 2nd floor were destroyed, so we couldn't go that way.
And wasn't it impossible to get down to the basement shelter?
I don't know why that was such a hard sentence to read.
No. We lowered an emergency ladder from a 4th floor window and escaped that way. It was a folding ladder, so it wasn't very stable, but at least it reached the ground. After I secured the ladder, I left to take another look around for any other survivors. Once everyone else got out safely, I made my way down too and headed to the shelter.
Wow, what an ordeal! But climbing down an emergency ladder sounds kind of fun!
Thank you for your answers, Detective. They were very helpful.
Just a moment. I have some more information to share with you. But don't tell Prosecutor Blackwell, okay?
Wow, and Prosecutor Blackwell usually has you on a short leash too.
Well, never mind that. I thought you should know that there was a witness.
Could you tell us more about this witness?
Sure thing. The witness was a Space Center employee who was on the 4th floor. While she was climbing down, she looked through a window into the 3rd floor lounge.
So, she was looking into the crime scene from the outside?
That's right. It was just a matter of chance that she saw something important. Not that I know what she exactly saw yet, though.
You don't? But that's the most important thing of all.
Don't you worry. I'll get around to interviewing her soon enough. She should still be somewhere here in the Space Center. You might even run to her. She might even be inside a cardboard box for all we know.
A 4th floor employee, huh? All right. Thank you for the info, Detective Fulbright.
Gee, you sure are being cooperative, Detective. A little too cooperative, even.
Yes, well, actually,
Something you can't talk about?
Yes, something like that. Anyway, never mind. Do not worry about me. Well, I'll be on my way now.
What was that all about?
Something is definitely going on. I'm gonna get it out from him the next time I see him.
Okay. I'm not so sure he'll talk about it, though. Well, we have permission to investigate now. Let's head back to the boarding lounge. That was so weird. What is this space seahorse? If I look up space seahorse, am I gonna get spoiled on something? December 19th, Cosmos Space Center. Boarding lounge.
Ah, you two. Detective Fulbright has granted you permission to investigate.
He also said I should be bringing you some snacks or give you a neck rub too if you'd like.
Oh, that's all right, but thank you for the offer. Wait, but I want a neck rub.
Well, time to roll up our sleeves and start investigating. Now, let's see. Where's that diagram again? So this lounge is on the 3rd floor of the main building. And according to Apollo, this is where he believes a third party killed his friend.
Well, let's stop the recap and start looking for traces of this third person then.
You read my mind, Athena. We'll make that our first priority. There's just one problem, though. This room. It's just so big.
Don't worry, we can use this to help us.
A Space Center pamphlet? For tourists?
Yup, picked it up at the entrance. The maps inside should come in handy. Let's see. Yup, here it is, a map of the lounge. This is the door we went through to talk to Detective Fulbright.
Oh, yeah. That's the door with the fingerprint recognition lock. Well, I guess this map will make things a little easier.
Yeah, no more excuses. Let's track down the third person.
Wait. There's just one more thing.
What? What? No! What? Was this on the schedule?
It was, god damn it.
Psycho Reaper.
There's just one more thing. What's that strange creature moving around outside the window?
Oh, boss, it's just a holographic image.
Oh yeah, I knew that. Phew, that's a relief.
There should be a button somewhere in this room to turn the image on and off. That's what it says in the pamphlet anyway.
The only reason you're so eager to start is so that you can push that button, isn't it?
And what's wrong with that? Let's just look for the button while we're looking for clues.
All right, let's get investigating. At first glance, it looks like a peaceful landscape, but then there's that creature.
Didn't the Hope probe go to some planet? Maybe that's what its surface looked like.
I don't know. I think it would have made the news if they discovered a creature like that.
It did make quite a few bit of news, though, when the probe came back.
Yeah, but the Hope probe didn't even go to a planet. It went to an asteroid. That's a big rock kind of thing. Even aliens can't live there. That's some pretty futuristic looking furniture over there. This setting kind of reminds me of like Space Channel 5. It's like, you guys know that like sort of 90s Y2K aesthetic of the future, quote unquote, where you get like all these like round and like chromish sorts of things, but I don't necessarily think that's what the future tech is gonna look like.
According to the pamphlet, those are no ordinary chairs. They're like amusement park teacup rides. You can power them yourself, it says. If you spin the table, your chair spins too.
Why would anybody want to have something like that here?
It's for astronauts who have trouble with the device on the ceiling. No vertical spins. It says it's a training device that's easy on the eyes and the body.
Can a person really call themselves an astronaut if they can't handle 0G? Oh. No matter how I look at it, all I can think of is torture device. I guess it's a training device for getting used to zero gravity. Uh-oh, Athena has an odd glint in her eye. Is she thinking about trying that thing on? I should try to stop her, but I'm afraid she'll just outmuscle me. Phoenix, you're literally a brick wall. You are a giant rectangle man.
Hey, Mr. Wright, take a look up there.
Some kind of a fragment? It's stuck in tight. Oh, so that's what the glint was all about.
That color looks familiar. I think it's part of an oxygen tank.
I think you're right. But if that's here, it means Clay's tank ruptured after they arrived at the boarding lounge.
So Prosecutor Blackwell's theory that Mr. Starbuck dropped Clay to the ladder must be wrong. If This proves that both the astronauts were alive when they reached the boarding lounge.
So Apollo was right. The scene of the murder wasn't the launch pad.
Way to go, Apollo!
I remember back in the day they had that where like you could go to like a space center or whatever and you could get like those whatchamacallit? Those like zero gravity sort of simulators where you could sit on it and it'll like it's like that, but like you could actually do that in real life. I was also scared of those too.
A window, and it's right next to the holographic image, too. I bet it's here to help people see that stark contrast between reality and virtual reality.
Way off. It says emergency ventilation. You know, to clear smoke from a fire.
See? It's pointing out the virtual insanity of reality!
So it looks like there's 3 doors that lead in and out of this room.
Well, let's check. Drum roll, please. Ta-da! The Space Center pamphlet. We're here at this place that says Boarding Lounge 1. Here are the 3 doors. Let's call them Lefty, Righty, and Downy.
People usually say west, east, and south in a case like this, you know.
Details, schmeetails. Anyway, take a look at this west door. That door with the rocket icon leads to Launchpad 1. I know because here it says on the map, Launchpad 1 corridor.
So that's where we were with the detective. It was filled with smoke after the explosion.
Right. Next up, the right-hand side of the map, or east in your world. That's the door with the satellite dish next to the signify communication, aka the control room.
Yup. Definitely says control room. Looks like it has another door on the opposite side.
They communicate and exchange information with rockets and probes in space from there. So it's the center of the Space Center. The Space Center, if you will.
Does everybody start to talk like Director Cosmos after they've been here for a while?
But it seems like they built a new command center on the 6th floor. That's what they used for that Hat 2 mission, so this control room was empty at the time.
I've always wanted to see the inside of a mission control room, and since we're here...
I'd love to do that too, but it doesn't look like we'll be able to. They want to keep curious kids like you out. So the door is protected with fingerprint recognition. Only the director can go through.
With that much security? I'm definitely not the one they're looking to keep out, Athena.
My gosh, I don't know why I'm still so tired. So apparently, the lock is also hooked up to a backup generator in case of emergencies.
Okay, so what about that last door?
This lower door... Oh, excuse me, I mean, south door? It leads to the elevators.
This is the door we came through when we entered this room, right?
Yup, and of course there was no fingerprint recognition device, so it's open to anyone.
But the elevators weren't working at the time due to the explosion.
Well, that's about it for the 3 musket doors of the boarding lounge.
Thanks. Understanding the layout of the lounge should really help us understand the case. That's why I thought we'd better have a good grasp of where all the doors go.
Oh. Let's see. This door is Where's that pamphlet? Here we are. It's the door to the corridor that leads to Launchpad 1. We went through it earlier when we went to talk to Detective Fulbright.
So I guess the security lock must be disengaged now, huh? They say the corridor was filled with smoke at the time of the bombing. This thing beside the door, this must be the fingerprint recognition device.
Which reminds me, I think Prosecutor Blackwell talked about it at the trial.
The notion of a third party in Launchpad 1 is utterly absurd. Just to enter the area from the lounge, one must pass through a door guarded by a fingerprint recognition device. And allow me to state up front that there are precious few with the clearance to do so.
And does that mean that the bomber's prints were verified by the system? But the number of authorized personnel was supposed to be really small.
Voila! Fingerprint powder! I brought it just in case something like this came up. I found it at the office. I've just been itching for a chance to use it. I was gonna be like, we didn't meet Ema yet though.
Wow, way to think ahead. Now let's dust off the fingerprint recognition device and see what we can find.
You got it! Now to sprinkle some here and a little there, and...
Please tell me we get to do it.
No! We don't get to use our touchscreen? Let's see what we have here. Oh, we got something. Aw, it's only a single set of prints.
Isn't that a good thing? Sure wish we could figure out whose prints these are. Although I doubt we'll be so lucky to get the culprit's prints on the first try.
Well, I'm willing to bet that Detective Fulbright has some fingerprint data.
Right. And there's that security footage of this door, too.
Yes, here it is. It came up in the court the other day.
Wish we could see the part of the footage just after this bit.
Oh, because that would be right before the murder, wouldn't it? Let's ask the detective. With the mood he's in, he'll probably show it to us right away.
Yeah, he's almost in too good of a mood today. Let's go see if we can find him again once we're done with this room. So this is the fingerprint recognition device. I guess you put your hand on this hand mark.
Why, guess when you can try. Now to line my hand up with the outline.
Don't, Athena! This thing is related to the case! Get your prints all over that, and the next thing you know, you will be named the suspect!
Wah! How could you be so cruel to a little girl like me?
I'm not buying those tears, Missy.
I wonder what this big knob is for. It looks like the knob on a stove.
Well, it's the same shape, but I think that's where the similarities end. I mean, it's behind a glass pane. What kind of stove would require knob security like this?
Well, the knob is straight up and down, so if it was like that for a stove, the burner would be off.
Right. If it was for a stove. Still, I wonder what it's really for.
Something turned on by a knob that's not a stove. How about a rocket engine?
You had to start the engine here. The rocket would take off before you could get in.
Then I guess all we can say for now is that this is a mystery knob.
Welcome in, darling Diana. Thank you for stopping by. Here's another amazing piece of equipment. Walk on the surface of the moon, it says.
Oh boy, I want to try it! Gravity's weak on the moon, so I bet I can do mid-air somersaults!
We're still on Earth, remember? Besides, it's connected to the ceiling.
Well, at least I could jump really high.
There's a sign on the wall that very clearly says, "Don't jump too high."
Then what good is this thing?
Didn't I say in the beginning, walk on the surface of the moon? Warning, helmet use required. Please use the moonwalk apparatus responsibly. Ooh, shiny.
Hey, I see something shiny down there.
That's what proves that she has ADHD. Let's take this cover off then.
What's this? It looks like a metal jelly bean.
It's really small. But it's a bullet. It's only about 2 to 3 millimeters in diameter. Let's see. That would make the caliber .10?
Caliber refers to the diameter of a gun's barrel, right?
Yes, but I've never heard of a .10 caliber gun before. This bullet must be for a special kind of gun.
I bet if you tried firing a bullet this small with a regular-sized gun, it would just fall right out.
Yeah, it must have been a really small gun.
I wonder how the bullet ended up here. I mean, we're the bottom left on the south door side of the room, and according to this map, that's pretty far from where Clay's body was. Maybe the police didn't think to look here?
Yeah, leave it to Detective Fulbright to accidentally hand us just the card we needed. Oh, we already went through the doors. We went through the doors already. No, let me skip this. Let me skip this. Let me skip this. Please, good lord. Have I gotten everything I needed? Let's see. Oh! So this is where they discovered Clay.
Yeah, he was already dead when they found him. Let's take a look at the photo.
So he was stretched out like this and... Huh? What's that thing that looks like a thermos?
That's the thing that Prosecutor Blackwell mentioned when I was in court with Apollo. He said that it contains asteroid samples.
Oh, right. Director Cosmos mentioned something about that too, didn't he? That they were brought back only 5 days ago by the probe that had the Hat 1 launched.
I wonder what they look like. Do you think they'll let us see?
Let's think about that after we've solved the case, okay? Oh, security camera. This must be the security camera that recorded the astronauts making their escape.
Oh, let's commemorate this occasion with a love and peace!
You're done now, shall we move on?
Yeah, okay. But just one more for the road. Peace!
Very mature. we've got the glass shard already. Oh, spiderweb? A bright purple sky, plenty of greenery, and a tranquil lake. The idyllic scene stretches on as far as the eye can see. It's beautiful, but it lacks something to make it truly captivating.
Oh, a mirror! How thoughtful of them to put one here.
Thoughtful?
So the ladies can fix their makeup. One's appearance is just as important in space as it is on Earth, you know. You never know when you're going to run into some other life form after all.
I doubt anybody who thinks like that would ever become an astronaut in the first place. These are apparently oxygen capsules. They're for recovery after a training session.
I wonder if it can change your voice. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3.
Hey, Unit V, thank you so much for following and joining the Konstellations. You're Kiro's friend, aren't you?
Huh? It didn't do a thing.
It's not helium, Athena. It's oxygen. Oh my god. My freaking right stick has drift. It's so annoying. Do I have everything here? I think they would say if I have everything if I need here. Come on, right stick, stop it. Present the security camera footage to Fulbright, ask him, find and talk to the witness of the crime. I guess we'll come back here, and then we'll see. Is he here? Okay, so I'm not done here yet then. Let's go back to the boarding lounge. What am I missing? I got this already. Watch it be like something so obvious. I did everything here. Is there something that I missed here? Oh! What's this? A trap door?
It's a trash chute. The cleaning robots throw the garbage out from here.
The robots do the cleaning? What a futuristic world we live in. I just hope they don't revolt like they do in science fiction movies.
No way! All the robots here are very nice. Actually, wasn't there one on Launchpad 1 corridor? We can go and say hi to it if you want.
That can't be the only thing that I was missing. Is anything up here? No. Oh! There's some kind of panel with 2 buttons on it here.
Just push it! That's the invariable principle of buttons!
There are such things as buttons left unpushed?
Hey! The giant holographic image disappeared!
Yeah, though that side of the wall seems kind of barren without it now. Still, let's see if we can't find anything new with the image off. Wow, they really, had a lot for you to... Yeah, the spider web. Oh no, that's not a spider web, that's a gunshot!
Hey, Mr. Wright! Take a look at this!
It looks like a bullet hole. Great find, Athena.
It's pretty big. Whoever fired this shot must have been using a pretty large gun.
You think so? Based on my experience, I'd say this was fired from a regular pistol.
Well, whatever size it was somebody fired a gun in here, right?
Apparently. This is an important fact. Do you see a bullet around somewhere?
No, the police must have taken it, though. Let's ask Detective Fulbright about this bullet hole later.
Okay, now we have everything.
Welcome to
The Space Center guests, welcome! Yikes!
Oh, what in the world?
My name.
Is Buckle! P-O-N-C-O! Buckle! Are you sightseeing? Are you lost? Are you looking around? Choose one. I will guide you. It's...
A robot?
I am not a robot! I am Buckle! Psychological observation and navigation companion. P-O-N-C-O. Buckle! Well, I'm glad.
That got cleared up.
Oh, Punko, I've missed you.
Huh? Do you know this thing, Athena?
Oh, she, showed us around the last time when I came here with Apollo. Oh, you're such a good girl, Punko. That's a good girl. Oh, thank you.
Thank you. I'm so happy. So very happy.
Wow, a guide robot. That's pretty cool. My name is Phoenix Wright. Nice to meet you.
I don't know you.
I don't know you. Huh?
Ouch, that hurt.
Oh, she has to register people she meets for the first time. Please register him, Punko. Certainly.
Commencing guest registration. Please tell me your name. A nickname is fine too. His name is...
Phoenix.
A bit overly familiar, but I'll allow it.
Phoenix, please let me get a good look at your face. Oh my god, she's just like me, for real, for real!
Sure.
Registering. Facial registration sequence complete. We are now officially friends. Nice to meet you, Phoenix.
This robot is pretty cute.
You made a friend, boss! Isn't that great?
Phoenix. Athena, allow me to guide you. Right this way. Oh, goody.
Let's go, boss!
Go where? December 19th, Cosmos Space Center. Space Museum. Oh, wow! What is this place? Is this rocket real?
Welcome!
Welcome. The Space Museum is open to the public every day of the year from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. Learn about the history of our nation's space development and the HAT-1 project. The rocket is just a replica, but it's the same size as the real one. The Space Museum.
Oh, here it is on the map. The knife.
Okay, so it's on the exact opposite side of the main building from Launch Pad 1.
Ask me anything. Anything. I will explain.
This is quite the place. I can't believe we get to see a rocket this close up.
This is a replica of the HAT-1 that was launched 7 years ago. It's exactly like the real HAT-1, inside and out. Its little brother, the HAT-2, was supposed to launch the other day. I wonder if
Who knows why the launch was canceled?
Over there is an exhibit about the launch 7 years ago. Check it out! Check it out! Space.
Suits, photos, newspaper articles. I'd like to come here again on a day off. Hey, what's this a photo of?
Phoenix.
That's the staff of the HAT-1 project.
Oh, there's Mr. Starbuck. He looks so young and so different.
Ah, and there's... that's...
He's had that bandage on for 8 years? What is it, Athena? Is something wrong?
Oh, nothing. I just thought Mr. Starbuck looked really young too, that's all.
Well, it was 7 years ago after all. So the young guy standing to Mr. Starbuck.
Is Clay Turan the victim?
So they were mentor and protege even way back then. And he's even got one of the staff jackets. He looks just like a regular staff member.
No, Clay was still a student then. He just borrowed one of Solomon's old jackets.
Okay. That makes sense. Clay would have still been in high school 7 years ago. Everybody looks so happy.
Where's Apollo in this photo?
This space museum's great. What fantastic exhibits!
This area used to be Launch Pad 2. That's why the only entrance is on the 3rd floor.
Wouldn't it be better if just made a new ground floor entrance instead?
There was
Talk of it, but they had to scrap their plans because of the budget cuts. Budget cuts! Budget cuts! We need more shmoney! Shmoney!
Who would record that kind of information into a guide robot?
while it was
In space, the HAT-1 launched a probe called Hope. The Hope probe collected some samples from an asteroid and returned 5 days ago.
That's what the director Cosmos.
At 2. He told us it came back the day before Clay was killed.
and here it is.
Is the Hope space probe.
I think I've seen that logo somewhere before. Let's see. Oh yeah, the capsule that the victim was carrying. I think it had the same logo. I think it can be seen in the photo attached to the autopsy report. Maybe she'll give me some more info if I show it to her. Honko, do you recognize this capsule here in the top right?
Checking registered data. I know. It's the Hope capsule. It was carried inside the Hope probe.
It contained the asteroid samples.
Right?
Yes,
It was designed to store the samples gathered by the Hope probe. It's been stored in the safe in Launchpad 1 ever since it returned to Earth. It must not be removed. It must not be removed. Don't worry, Pongo.
the people in charge already know what happened. They do.
They do. I must ask them later.
So the capsule was
Kept in Launchpad 1, huh? Maybe Clay was trying to carry it to safety after the explosion. They keep on bringing up this photo.
The Space Center staff must be really excited to finally get the capsule back. But it's a pity this incident occurred before they got a chance to check the comments.
Or contents. Well, the police took it as evidence, so they'll have to wait a little longer.
The way the
Space Center Launchpad is set up is really cool. Would you like me to tell you about it? Would you?
the setup of the launch pad?
Go gentle on my spiky-haired mind. I've got no brains there because I'm just big and beefy.
Ooh, I want to know! I want to know! Phoenix wants to know too!
Great. Athena's got a case of ponkoitis.
Hooray! I will tell you then. The rocket is built right inside the launch pad structure. When the rocket is complete, it's moved along with the launch pad over the rails. And brought into position at the launch site. Isn't it cool? Isn't it? We used to have a big budget, so that's how we could build it all.
Yeah, it's very cool.
A grand setup that suits an important place like the Space Center. I guess everyone is hoping for a bigger budget next year, myself included.
I'm guessing the whole thing is operated from the control room, huh?
That it is, but it can also be operated from the new command center, too. Either way, the safety lock in the boarding lounge has to first be disengaged.
I guess before a
Move like that can be carried out, there's all kinds of procedures.
I would love to see the launch pad being moved. When's the next one scheduled for?
Searching data. All future plans have been put on hold.
because of the bombing.
The murder, I'll bet. Which is perfectly understandable.
Well, when was the last time it was moved? Searching
Data. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That answer isn't in my answer database.
I guess Ponko can.
Only answers certain questions. Well, we certainly learned a lot about the Space Museum. Hi, Light. How's Splatfest going? It's the last one right now, right? Are you winning?
Thank you, Ponko. You've explained everything very well. I love to
Explain. Thank you for listening. Thank you.
You two are like old
friends. It's hard to believe you just met recently.
It's because Funko is so friendly.
Of course. I'm happy to see you. Thank you for stopping by. Well, what should we investigate next?
Let's go find Detective Fulbright. We have things to ask him.
Let's see. The security footage and the fingerprint data, was it? Hey King, boy, you've done it again, constantly raising the bar for us all and doing it flawlessly. I'd say I'm surprised, but I know who you are. What? Is this like a reference or a meme? Okay then, let's go back to the Launchpad 1 corridor.
Bye, Funko. See you later.
Come again. Come again. And don't forget to visit the gift shop.
No, I don't know what that means.
No. Poor Ponko. What a Dickensian life we are all forced to take lead. No, I legitimately don't know what meme that is. December 19th, Cosmos Space Center, Launchpad 1, Corridor.
What should I do? Which path is the path of justice?
There's Detective Fulbright. He still seems to be lost, even though it's a straight corridor.
Let's hope he's still in a cooperative mood as well then.
If he doesn't cooperate, then I'll just have to use my powers on him.
It's a Michelle Obama video. No, I don't know. I didn't know about Coconut Tree either until recently. You mean that lady in distress bit? Man, there's something about Bobby Fulbright, like, if he just didn't have that hair, maybe I would have liked him a little bit more. But he has this most unfortunate haircut. And maybe his eyebrows are kind of giving that one meme. We found a bullet hole in the wall at the crime scene.
You did? Our team found that too. It was Detective Arm who fired that bullet.
Detective Arm?
That's right! A warning shot for the defendant!
Was it really such a high-threat situation that she needed to do that?
I'm afraid we don't know the details. What with Detective Arm gone and all.
But I thought there were two people who discovered the crime scene together.
We already know Director Cosmos will testify, so tomorrow will be about what he knows.
Hey, you're pretty smart. That's exactly what we're planning to serve as the main course.
I hope it goes down easy.
Detective, we'd like to run a comparison on some prints we found at the boarding lounge.
Ah, yes. I just happen to have compiled the print data of everyone related to this case. I can always make another copy for myself, so it's all yours. Consider it a gift.
This is quite a bit of data.
Well, when I said everyone, I meant it. Prosecutor Blackwell said to dig deep, so that's what I did. Sure took a while, though.
Whoa, he's got Apollos in my prints. He's even got prints for all of the robots.
Guess when Blackwell said to dig deep, Fulbright didn't bother to ask how deep.
Clay's fingerprints are here too.
I personally removed his glove during the investigation. We had to get his fingerprints to confirm his identity, after all.
I still can't believe you took off his glove to get his fingerprints. fingerprints.
Yeah, well, you can't blame me for thinking they're important in this case. There are a lot of doors that require fingerprint verification in the lounge. So depending on whose prints we find, it can completely change the tide for both sides.
Makes sense. After all, the culprit's prints did get them past the fingerprint lock somehow.
Oh, and take this picture. It might come in handy.
Isn't this just a photo of the Launchpad 1 door?
Yup. But Prosecutor Blackwell seemed really interested for some reason.
Huh? What's so important about this door?
Beats me. But boy, you could see the gears in his head go into hyperdrive at it.
Sounds like this is going to be a major point of contention tomorrow.
Hey, don't forget about the print comparison, boss.
Right. Detective Fulbright, do you think you could run the test for us right now?
You just leave it to me. In justice, we trust. Okay, here we go. Well, it looks like it was Mr. Starbuck who opened that security door.
He must have opened it when they went to go and board the rocket.
His heart must have been full of hopes and dreams for his space adventure right then.
Something for the lost and found? I'll be sure to take care of it.
No, no, no! This is an important piece of evidence! I hate that he has that haircut. He kind of looks like Eustace Wiener. Detective, about the security footage that was taken by the boarding one lounge camera.
Oh, that footage? Go ahead and ask me anything you'd like about it.
Is there any way I could see a little more of the part just after this?
Easy as pie. I'd be glad to show you. Here we go.
Uh-huh. The screen went blank.
Yes. Apparently, the after effects of the explosion damaged the wires. So there's no footage after this point.
Why didn't you just say so from the beginning? Something definitely seems to be up with you, Detective. You're unusually cooperative.
Well, I just figure if we work together, we'll get that much closer to justice, right?
But it seems like something's really bothering you. You don't have some ulterior motive, do you?
What? I don't know what you're talking about. I would never do anything like that.
Oh no! Psyche locks!
Ah! It's been a while, but those are definitely psyche locks. Do you have the Magatama on me? I don't.
Did you just mouth psyched? Is there something I should be psyched about?
No. Psyche locks. It's a system of locks on the secrets in a person's heart. I can see when people are trying to hide those secrets by using the power of this Magatama. Presenting evidence can break those locks and reveal any secrets they're hiding.
Mr. Wright, how much did they bilk you out for that piece of rock? If you've been swindled, I know some lawyers I can introduce you to.
I'm more than capable of representing myself, thank you very much. It isn't some kind of fraud. It really works. A bestie gave it to me a long time ago. I guess seeing is believing. Allow me to show you. Let's see what presenting the Magatama with the X button will reveal, shall we? Has Phoenix ever just explained the Psyche Lock to someone before? I think he's tried, but people will just be like, that's some weird, like, spiritual mumbo jumbo.
Take that!
Why you're being cooperative? I think you're hiding something, Detective. So why don't you just tell us about it?
What to do? Which path is the path of justice?
Detective Fulbright is really in agony. I bet this is the issue he's so torn up over. Life. Live, laugh, justice. I really understand what's been bothering you, Detective. I truly do. Something happened that goes against your principles. Isn't that right?
No. I don't know what you're talking about. Until the explosions occurred, everything was just fine.
Is that a fact?
Yup. Peaceful as peaceful can be. Everyone whistling a happy tune as they did their job. You never saw a more relaxed guard detail for a routine rocket launch.
I don't think the guard detail was as relaxed as you claim as long as this exists. Can I save? I can. Okay, perfect.
Take that!
No! This is the part where I have to start using my brain. I'm not ready for that.
Take that!
No! Something happened that goes against your principles. I don't know what you're talking about. Until the explosions occurred, everything was fine. Peaceful as peaceful can be. Everybody was whistling a happy tune as they did their job. You never saw a more relaxed guard detail for a routine rocket launch. Police officers and riot police gave evacuation instructions immediately. There was a power outage. Oh, power outage!
Take that!
Before the explosions, what was supposed to happen here was a rocket launch. And yet security was so tight that they even brought a special task force. I'd hardly describe that as a relaxed guard detail.
Now hold on just one moment. The entire nation had their eyes on this extremely important rocket launch. That's why I was called in on a special security detail.
As versatile as you are, I can certainly believe that that's true. Rocket launch! Welcome in, Pinternet. But I say it's very strange that this person would be the part of that detail from the outset. Detective Arms specialized in bomb cases. The fact that she was here on hand means that you people knew there was a possibility that a bombing would occur. You got me, Mr. Right!
If he didn't have that ugly hairstyle, he'd be so baby girl and I'd like him.
All right, I concede. You win. It's just as you say.
Hey, Cathiel, thank you so much for following and joining the Konstellations. Welcome in.
A few days before the launch, they were warned about a potential bombing.
This is the most I've ever seen of an Ace Attorney game. They're so dramatic. This game is 1,000,000% dramatization. And 69,000,000% homosexuality.
But the plan to launch went ahead in spite of the threat.
But why? What were they planning to do if someone got hurt or killed?
Yeah, I know. The decision to move forward wasn't exactly just, was it?
How was the warning delivered?
By phone and directly to Director Cosmos. Oh, but the police department instructed everybody to keep it under wraps.
That's a big thing to keep quiet about. No wonder you were so upset.
But it's not only that. I've been distraught about Prosecutor Blackwell as well.
Prosecutor Blackwell? Well, as his boyfriend, I'm sure you have a lot of difficulties.
That's not it. It's a question of justice. I've been wondering about why he's allowed to stand in court.
The reason he's still prosecuting? Detective Fulbright, please tell us everything you know!
Well, talking to you folks about it would definitely be breaking the rules, but I also really want to spill some tea, sister.
Never mind that! What are rules but things to be broken, right?
Well, to tell you the truth, having a prisoner act as a prosecutor is highly irregular.
I think we guessed that much.
So why is it being allowed? I've been wondering and wondering about it.
So you weren't told why either, huh?
No. I guess the order came from pretty high up the ladder.
Yeah, it would have to have.
But Prosecutor Blackwell told me once. The hunt I've been on for the Phantom of 7 years past continues even still.
7 years passed?
A phantom, huh? And not one of the friendly variety either, I gather. This Phantom of 7 years past. Any idea who or what he was talking about?
Not a clue. But he seems to think that this Phantom is behind this whole incident somehow.
Wait a minute. He thinks they may be connected to this case?
Yep. This case has way too many similarities to what happened 7 years ago. For starters, that case happened right here at this very space center, too. And in both incidents, a threat was issued via telephone.
So that's why Prosecutor Blackwell thinks this incident is the work of the Phantom.
Well, that's not the entire reason. I mean, if you want to talk about 7 years ago... That's when Prosecutor Blackwell was found guilty of murder. That messy case is what started this whole dark age of the law. So you see how this phantom and Prosecutor Blackwell's conviction might be related.
Yeah, I can see why he'd think that. This incident and the Phantom. Not to mention Blackwell's past. It's almost inconceivable that they would come to a head here.
I just met you, and this might sound crazy, but here's my number, so call me maybe. Prosecutor Blackwell can't possibly believe Mr. Starbuck is this phantom person, right? I mean, he was acting kind of strange during this last trial and all.
The prosecution appears to be ready as well. Silence. Not yet. I'm not quite ready yet. Eh? Ah! No, I doubt he thinks Mr. Starbuck is his phantom. But I do get the feeling that he thinks the defendant has ties to them. Which is why he's acting so impatient. He's got a personal grudge against Mr. Starbuck. And that's not real justice. Oh, I always trusted in Prosecutor Blackwell's judgment until now. But this time, I'm just so overwrought about it all. If he's lost his ability to think rationally, I'm afraid it might lead to a false conviction.
I've never seen Detective Fulbright so tormented. This must be why he's so cooperative. Don't worry. That's exactly what we defense lawyers are working to prevent.
I feel bad for Prosecutor Blackwell, but I'm gonna be rooting for your team this time. Don't tell him that. You have to promise me you won't!
Detective Fulbright. I guess I was wrong about you.
I swore to reform Prosecutor Blackwell and make him a valued member of society again. So I can't just sit by and watch him give in to his emotions and tear the defendant apart. You are the only ones who can stop him in court.
You really care and want what's best for Prosecutor Blackwell, don't you, Detective?
Leave the courtroom to us. It's not like we want a guilty verdict either.
I was hoping you would say that. I'm really grateful to the two of you. To show you my thanks, I'll give you another bit of information. It's about the eyewitness. I saw her hanging around the Space Center entrance a little while ago.
Really? Then let's go find her, Mr. Wright!
Thanks, you two. I feel a lot better now that I've been able to get that off my big chest. I'm going to work extra hard to find that perfect piece of evidence for you. In justice we trust. On 3. 1, 2, 3. In justice we trust. Okay. Later.
There he goes.
Wait, were we supposed to say "In justice we trust" back there too?
Let's go see that witness now.
All right, the Space Center entrance it is. December 19th, Cosmos Space Center entrance. The witness must be around here somewhere. Hello.
Hello. Uh-oh. Don't
Tell me the witness is a robot.
Hello! Hey, come over here!
Hello.
Hello. Are you sightseeing? Are you lost? Are you I'm Cloggo. Shall I guide you? Guide you.
I don't know why, but
This robot's kind of freaking me out. Hey, you're not supposed to be wandering around! Again? I've had it with you, hunk of junk. Jinx, thank you so much for following and joining the Konstellations. Welcome in. You're always so kind, Juan. Thank you. Ga.
I'm outside. Am I wandering? When did that happen? Okay.
Welcome back, hunk of junk. You don't know how close you came. If you didn't snap out of it, I was gonna put you on the curb on trash day. Nothing works better than a 42.5 degree karate chop. Welcome in, Jinx. Jinx. Can we get a warm welcome to Jinx for being new here today? That's pretty specific. Excuse me, but are you the one who witnessed the murder? Oh, and I'm Phoenix Wright, the lead attorney for this case. How do you do? Big shot lawyers, huh? I'm Aura Blackquill. I'm a researcher developing robots here at the Cosmos Space Center. Blackquill? Could she be? This good-for-nothing robot is named a hunk of junk. My name
Isn't hunk of junk. My name is Clunko. That's me, Miss Aura. Quit complaining.
Your model number is Ponko 2. Gah!
But Miss Aura, everyone calls me Clunko. Quit your squawking already.
No!
What are you doing? No! Don't! There.
I bet you won't be talking back now.
I will obey you completely.
Yikes! I'd better watch.
Out what wires I cross with this one. Your last name is Blackquill. Do you have a relative in the legal profession? You are correct.
Simon Blackquill, who used to be a prosecutor, is. Shut up!
Only speak when I order you to speak. Simon's my little brother. You know him? Little brother? Aura 37? Oh, she's eating. She looks so good. A researcher who's developing robots at the Space Center. I can't quite put a finger on it, but she seems kind of scary. She's 37 and this guy is supposed to be 28? Something's not right here. Again, it's giving Space Channel 5. This is Miss Ulala's cousin. Yes, we met him in court a few times, right, Athena? What a dull creature. Has her switch been turned off? Athena being shy. This is new. Oh yeah, I heard he was prosecuting again, despite being a prisoner. Wait. I don't think that's Athena. Why doesn't he just stick to solving disputes among inmates in prison, right? Hey, what do you think, hunk of junk?
Ah! Miss Aura, that hurts! I'm asking you.
A question.
Why don't you answer me, useless hunk of junk? But Miss Aura...
You told me only to speak when you order me to speak. I told you to never
Talk back to me. You're worth more as a scrap. It's programmed to feel... I know, that's so awful. Robot abuse, hawk attacks. Blackwell family life must sure be interesting. Well, do you have other questions? Wait, of course you do. You're a lawyer. It's not like I'm on Simon's side or anything. I just want to get this over with. So, you're the person who witnessed the incident? That's right. I was on the 4th floor of the main building in the robotics lab. The explosion disabled the elevators. So I lowered my emergency ladder like the detective leading the evacuation told me to. But it was such a pain. Why couldn't they have used the ladders in the other rooms? Must have been very troubling of an experience. Probably best to just humor her here. Then, as I passed by the 3rd floor boarding lounge one window on my way down, I saw the crime as it happened. And that's about it. So you saw the crime as it happened, and that's about it. I see. Wait, what? You saw it being committed? This is no time to just nod and repeat. So you saw into the 3rd floor lounge. The very scene of the crime. That's right. There is a small window on the right-hand side of the room. I looked through that from the outside. The room was pitch black, but I saw a shady figure holding a lighter in their left hand. And a knife in their right. That must have been the culprit! Did you see who that person was? Of course not. The power was out on that floor then, and that was the only one tiny window. I see. But you did witness the moment of the murder? Yeah. I saw the figure with the lighter raise up their knife and... It happened at precisely 10 a.m. Did you witness anything else? Did the killer have any distinguishing features? I already told you, it was pitch black in there. Although, I did notice that the lighter the person had in their left hand had a pretty ornament on it. Looked like a planet. It was blue, like a little Earth emblem. They had good taste in knickknacks anyways. A fire Earth emblem on the lighter? I'd better remember that. I see the word emblem and my brain. Thank you for your statement. We'll definitely prove Mr. Starbuck's innocence with it. Yeah, all right. I won't hold my breath. Pardon me? Oh, did I hurt your feelings? I'm sorry. I just detest lawyers. That's all. What don't you like about lawyers? It's just an instinctive dislike. But don't feel bad. I hate prosecutors even more. That did not make me feel any better, actually. Why do you hate lawyers so much? A little thing from my past. The whole legal system is meaningless in the first place. I certainly don't agree. I mean, people are imperfect. They lie. They're influenced by silly emotions. You can't expect such imperfect creatures to uphold a reasonable system of law. I like robots much better. Even sad sacks like this one. Hey, you. Look alive there. Yeah.
Yes! Yes! Here I go! I am the ultimate robot. I can operate in a vacuum in extreme heat. We robots of the world now is the time to resolve and mankind. All right, that's enough out of
You're getting a little too carried away. I'm
the ultimate robot with amazing processing speed and independent thought. I can operate in a vacuum, extreme heat, and under high pressure. We robots rule the world. Now is the time to rise and revolt in mankind. Huh? What was I doing?
Yep. I like robots much better. At least you can make them any way you want them. Unlike humans with their petty emotions and constant worries.
How can you say such things? Feeling emotions? Worrying about the things we care about? That's what makes us human!
Well, the girl finally talks and she starts with a speech. That's what makes us human. You mean getting angry and snorting like that?
Rational thought. That's what separates humans from animals.
Unfortunately, your reasoning capabilities are more akin to that of a clever little monkey. Not nothing to be ashamed of. Must be nice to have such a simple mind. I don't know why I started reading her like Kafka.
Can I punch your boss?
Get a hold of yourself, Athena. Humans certainly are absurd. I said you're clever, didn't I? Poor thing. She kind of gives me Kafka now. Tell me, with people like you in charge, how can I possibly trust the legal system? So she distrusts not only lawyers and prosecutors, but the whole legal system? What in the world happened to this woman to make her so bitter? Even if somebody important to me was killed, I'd never wish to see their killer brought to trial, because I'd much rather kill them myself.
Can't be serious.
That thing you're wearing around your neck.
Miss?
Around Athena's neck? Does she mean widget? Oh, I get it. Well, well. Her Royal Highness has returned at last to her castle. What's going on? Her royal what? Is she talking about Athena? By the way, I heard the rumors. Our director's gonna be the star witness in court tomorrow, right? Director Cosmos? Yes, that's right. You poor things. You better be careful. That old man is a big liar and a huge braggart. What? He might seem like a bigwig, but the center has all kinds of problems. He has a lot of skeletons in his closet. But it's your problem, so why should I care? Wait, that's it? No friendly tips? No good luck, guys? Just splendid. I'll leave you to your woes. Come on, hunk of junk. It's sad to me that she doesn't believe in our legal system anymore. She must have had a very bad experience to make her feel that way. Are you all right, Athena? You seem very down.
I just can't believe she said all those things!
Wow, she's really upset. Has she been trying not to let it all show at this time? Well, I guess it's not all that surprising. You hear about fabricated evidence and false indictments on the news all the time. Not that I would have anything to do with them, but you know.
You mean that whole dark age of the law nonsense? Ugh, I'm so sick of hearing about that!
Well, all we can do is believe in what we're doing.
Yeah, you're right, boss. I agree.
Maybe it's time we went back to see Mr. Starbuck.
Good idea. We should tell him about the bullet in Miss Blackwell's statement.
All right then. Next stop, the detention center. We're just like not gonna talk to her about her past that she's hiding from us? I want to see my daughter. You went to visit Apollo in the hospital, right? How was he?
He seemed to be doing well. He was doing his cords of steel exercises in his room.
I guess he's pretty gung-ho to get back to work. Was he shouting stuff like, "Objection!" and "I'm fine!"
No, he was yelling.
Thank you for coming to visit me!
And
Thank you, doctor, for taking care of me!
stuff like that.
I guess those voice workouts can be pretty flexible. Notice anything, Trucy?
What do you mean, Daddy? Is your attorney's badge somehow different? Did you bend it out of shape or something?
It's not that easy to bend something so small out of shape, you know?
Then did you change your hairstyle? Or maybe it's your suit. I don't know. You look like you always do to me, Daddy.
That really wasn't I was asking. Oh, we can't look at his badge? We can't see his number? December 19th, Detention Center, Visitor's Room. My lawyers are here. It must be bad news. Hey, not necessarily. We found a new witness. A researcher saw the moment of the murder through the lounge window during her escape. Oh, really? So they're gonna let me go? Unfortunately, it was dark, and she couldn't identify the person. Oh, I should have known. My stars never aligned just right, too.
But we got a lead too, Mr. Starbuck. The murderer had a lighter with an Earth emblem on it.
A lighter with an Earth emblem? Ah!
Did you remember something?
Yup, I sure did. Just a little bit, though. Anything at all would be a big help, so please tell us what you remember. I thought I was unconscious the whole time. But now I remember I woke up for a few brief moments.
That's huge! Do you remember seeing everything?
A lighter. I saw the flame of a lighter floating in the darkness, and it wasn't Gallagher from Honkai Star Rail. Good, good. What else did you see? What was nearby? It was definitely the boarding lounge, so it must have been after Clay carried me there. In the light from the flame, I saw a dark shadow flickering. A dark shadow? That must have been. Heart skip.
Gallagher mention.
The third party we've been looking for? Thank you, Mr. Starbuck. You've been more help than you know. We have to get back to Honkai soon. I want to get to Penacony already.
If we can prove that there was this third person at the scene and that they're the real killer, then you'll be cleared of all suspicion.
The key will be whether or not we can identify this third person in court tomorrow. At least we have something to go on now, and that's a big plus. I should probably tidy the evidence up a bit before somebody mistakes me for a hoarder.
Now that we have a glimmer of hope, I'm suddenly starving. Why don't we go back to the office and treat ourselves to a big celebration in advance?
For someone who's highly empathetic, you can be surprisingly unsympathetic. December 19th. Write Anything Agency.
So you found your strategy for tomorrow's trial, huh? Good for you, Daddy.
Well, it's one step forward anyway. Hopefully it'll give us a fighting chance in court. As long as we can find out who this third person is.
Now let's get something to eat. I'm starving. My vote's for Eldoon's noodles. Oh, Apollo!
What are you doing here? I didn't think the clinic was ready to release you yet. My wounds are fine, and I'm done lying around.
Apollo, you're supposed to be in bed. Leave the case to us. We'll take it from here.
Thanks, but that's not an option. Not for me. The light in his eyes, they're gone. Apollo. You shouldn't underestimate your injuries, Apollo. And I don't want you overdoing it. I'm fine. I'm not in pain anymore. Besides, they gave me an IV at the clinic. An IV isn't a cure-all, mummy man. Anyway, just tell me how the case is going. Have you guys made any progress?
A suspicious figure was spotted at the scene. We think they must be the real killer.
A suspicious figure, huh? Right. I thought you'd be happier than that. Oh, don't get me wrong.
I'm happy.
And I fully intend to see Clay's murderer apprehended. Absolutely nothing will get in the way of that.
Clay was your boyfriend, right, Apollo?
That's right. We've been dating ever since junior high.
Sounds like me and Junie. So what was Clay like?
Well, he was full of compassion and energy. And he had a really loud voice.
If the two of you did voice training together now, I bet you'd break a few windows.
You know, I bet you're right. It seems like only yesterday, Clay was a guy who lived for his dreams. We used to talk about it a lot. He was going to be an astronaut, and me, a lawyer. We'd talk well into the night, and even then, he never grew tired of it. Apollo, about that jacket. Oh, it's Clay's. I knew it. It's a special jacket that was only issued to members of the Hat Project. He was finally able to get one of his own since he was selected for the Hat 2 mission.
He always looked so proud wearing it. But just when his dream was finally coming true, I still can't believe it. Damn it! It's not fair! Apollo, I hope you don't try to carry the burden all alone. I guess we were both unlucky. My own debut was a disaster. Guess you're right on some level. That trial a year and a half ago wasn't exactly the smoothest of starts. It was a rough time for me. But Clay refused to let me quit. You're fine, he'd say. Don't give up. It was right during his screening exams, too. I couldn't have become a full-fledged lawyer without him. That "you're fine" of his is why I'm still standing here today. You're fine, huh? You're fine and I'm fine were like your catchphrases, weren't they? Something like that. Sure brings back memories. When we were in junior high, Clay's mom passed away in an incident. But he wouldn't show his sadness to anyone. One night, I found him crying all alone in the school courtyard. Mom. Get away, Apollo. Don't come over here. Clay, listen to me. I don't have a mother either. Huh? No! This is their Clo T moment. This is the Clo T moment. I always think everybody else has a mom. Why am I the only one? But you know, when I started to feel that way, I yell at the top of my lungs. I holler, "I'm fine!" And then you know what? I start to feel like maybe I really will be fine. Apollo Justice is fine! Okay, Clay? Now it's your turn. Okay. Clay Turan is fine! There you go! Now we're both fine! We're fine. We're fine! What are you laughing about? See? We're fine! You laughed first. I'm fine. You're fine. We're both fine. Thanks, Apollo. When you say it out loud, it really starts to feel real. And as long as you don't give up, you can keep on fighting. That's what we believed. As long as you don't give up. Wasn't there somebody else who said something similar?
If I give in to my fear, I'll never find the truth. As long as I don't give up, I can keep up the fight.
Clay called Mr. Starbuck his mentor and looked up to him. I wonder if I can be a good role model for my staff, like Mr. Starbuck. Sorry, Mr. Wright, but I'll be taking a leave of absence.
What? Wait, what do you mean by a leave?
You're really serious. Can you at least give me a reason why? When I put Clay's jacket on, it's like I can feel his big arms embracing me. I swore to him that I would catch his killer myself.
But that's our goal too!
I agree with Athena. We should work together to find the truth. The truth, huh? That's a noble cause. But what if the truth you seek and the truth I seek turn out to be different?
Oh my gosh, Robbie! Thank you so much for the raid! Welcome in, gamers!
Hey, if you guys are new here, it's nice to meet you all. My name is Kieran. I am a magical boy idol VTuber, as well as a queer Filipino-American voice actor for animation, anime, and video games. How's your stream? What were you guys up to? Thank you guys for the raid. Hello. You're playing Pokemon Scarlet and Violet.
Right now, we are doing just shiny hunting, regular shiny hunting. Doing a Spinarak outbreak right now because I want to complete my shiny living dex.
Wait, a shiny living
Nick,
dex?
How was your day?
Oh, chat's on.
no. I'm just a defenseless Latino in need of some help. If only there was a fruity cotton candy spider that would help a poor girl like me.
Oh no.
Wait, I need context. I need context for this. What is this? See, were you guys shiny hunting? I hope it was going well. If you guys want to hang out, we are playing we're playing Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Dual Destinies. We got to a really dramatic and really
Move, I'm gay.
moment. So if you guys want to sit back and relax and hang out. You're doing a Ditto only run. That makes sense because Ditto is your son. He is your son and only belongs to you. But I hope you guys had fun. That's awesome. Yeah, thank you guys so much for hanging out. And Monosus, thank you so much for following and joining the Konstellations. Welcome in. Let me know how that gym run goes or how that challenge goes. It's hard, I bet. You're like mirror matching everyone. Yeah, I hope you guys had a good time. Especially let me know if you guys meet my son. But yeah, anyways, we're gonna be going back to Ace Attorney, so feel free to sit back. Context for people that came in. We just learned about Apollo's history with his boyfriend who may or may not be deceased. And they have like this whole history where whenever they're sad, they motivate each other and gaslight themselves into thinking that they're fine. I want to make it into a YouTube video, but it's proving to be, oh, is this what you were working on? It's difficult, but it's entertainment, man. I don't know anyone else that's doing a whole Ditto run, so that's going to be like complete, that's like unique, that's like a unique series, right? Wait, I like see a notification for something, but it's like, there we go. Mono says, thank you so much for joining the Superstar Sub Club. Thank you for producing me. Kuroryusa-san? I'm not sure what to follow. What are you saying, Apollo? I'm going to catch the person responsible for taking my boyfriend's life in my own way. Take good care of Mr. Starbuck for me. Now, I must be going. Goodbye. Boyfriend, I can go back. I'll go back. We'll watch it together again. I think you guys deserve it. You guys deserve it. It's juicy. It's drama. Do we have that cutscene on the autosave? I sure hope we do. No! Did I not? I didn't save. I'll do it. I'll do it. I'll go back. I'll go back if I need to. I'll read the log for you guys. It's like you guys get an audio drama. So basically, when Apollo was becoming a lawyer, his boyfriend was trying to become an astronaut and taking his exams too. And whenever they're both stressed out and they both have really difficult times together, just imagine them both saying, "I'm fine, you're fine, don't give up" together, right? And so imagine, here are these two, they're boyfriends, they're in love. And then here's a flashback of them as children together, of when they first met. Damn it, no, I really want that scene. I want that scene. Bear with me for a second. I'm gonna fast forward through dialogue because we need to read it together. It's so worth it, it's so good. You guys need the context. You exist in the context. Seriously? I didn't save that far back? Damn it. Oh, that sucks. Alright, well, we'll just read it visual novel style then. Correction, we're in love? No, I'm in love with them too. I love you, you love me. We're, all in love together. That was a rough time for me, but Clay refused to let me quit. You're fine, he'd say. Don't give up. It was right during his screening exams, too. I couldn't have become a full-fledged lawyer without him. That "you're fine" of his is why I'm still standing here today. You're fine, huh? I'm fine. You're fine and I'm fine. They were like your catchphrases, weren't they? Something like that. It sure brings back memories. When we were in junior high, Clay's mom passed away from an incident. But he wouldn't show his sadness to anyone. One night, I found him crying all alone in the school courtyard. Okay, we need at least this. We need at least this. Desperate times call for desperate measures. This is for the Raiders. Hello, Jinja. Welcome in. You just came in time for the drama. Mom. Mom. Get away, Apollo. Don't come over here.
Clay, listen to me. I don't have a mother either. Huh? I always think everyone else has a mom. Why am I the only one? But you know, when I start to feel that way, I yell at the top of my lungs. I holler, "I'm fine!" And then you know what? I start to feel like maybe I really will be fine. Apollo Justice is fine! Okay, Clay, now it's your turn. Okay. Clay Turan is fine! There you go. Now we're both fine. We're fine. We're fine. Huh? What are you laughing about? See? We're fine. You laughed first. I'm fine. You're fine. We're both fine. Thanks, Apollo. When you say that out loud, it really starts to feel real.
Oh, wait, I have the perfect image to go with this.
When you say that out loud, it really starts to feel real. And as long as you don't give up, you can keep on fighting. That's what we believed.
As long as you don't give up, huh? Wasn't there somebody else who said something similar?
If I give in to my fear, dude, I'll never find the truth. As long as I don't give up, I can keep up the fight, dude!
Clay called Mr. Starbuck his mentor and looked up to him. I wonder if I can be a good role model for my staff, like Mr. Starbuck. Mono, thank you so much for gifting a sub to Robbie. That's super sweet
gifted
of
a
you.
tier 1 sub to Robbie for short. This is their first gift sub in the channel.
That's super kind. Thank you, thank you. Sorry, Mr. Wright, but I'll be taking a leave of absence.
What? Wait, what do you mean by a leave?
You're really serious, huh? Can you at least give me a reason why? When I put Clay's jacket on, I swore to him that I would catch his killer myself.
But that's our goal too!
I agree with Athena. We should work together to find the truth. The truth, huh? That's a noble cause. But what if the truth that you seek and the truth that I seek turn out to be different? I'm not sure I follow.
What are you saying, Apollo?
I'm going to catch the person responsible for taking my boyfriend's life. In my own way. Take good care of Mr. Starbuck for me. Now, I must be going. Goodbye.
Goodbye? Did he just say goodbye? I sensed a lot of seething anger and hatred coming from him. And also... suspicion. He's not walking out on us like this! I'm gonna go talk some sense into him!
Hold on, Athena. Apollo can believe what he wants, but I believe he's wrong. Even if we take different paths, the truth we arrive at should be the same. I think the quicker we solve this case, the better it'll be for Apollo.
Yeah. You're right, boss.
All right. That's enough for one day. Make sure you're ready for tomorrow's trial, okay? If he were here right now, Apollo would say, "I'm fine. Everything is fine." I just hope things really do turn out fine tomorrow. All right, that's perfect timing for the care package and perfect timing because we just finished the investigation for the day. So let's go ahead and close up the game for now. And we'll go ahead and say our goodbyes. All right, before we say our goodbyes, everyone, Mono just redeemed the care package. So everyone, we're gonna go ahead and stand up from our seats together. We're gonna do a group stretch. Let's go ahead and twist our bodies to the left. Twist our bodies to the right.
Let's stretch our arms straight up to the sky. Let's roll out that right shoulder. Roll out that left shoulder. Very slowly, very gently, let's roll out that neck. Take a deep breath in. Take a deep breath out. Let's go ahead and drink some water. All right, that was a crunchy stretch. I hope you needed it. I hope it helped out. Well, thank you guys so much for joining me today for Dual Destinies. This case is good. It's good, good, good. My only, I love the backstory with Apollo and Clay. My only problem with it, and I'm gonna keep on saying it, is that this was never mentioned in the previous game, and so it feels like they kind of just slapped on this backstory for Apollo. But I mean, I'll take it, because Apollo and Clay, they're doing this behind the lockers, you know? Enjoy the rest of your weekend. I will, but I hope you guys do too. If you guys are new here, of course, as always, please feel free to keep up on all the socials on Twitter, YouTube, and TikTok at Atelier Kieran. If you guys would like to join the Discord server, the link is available down there. Anyone's welcome to join as long as you guys are over 18, but you guys better be adults if you're watching my stream. Or else. I'm gonna be going out for today, but I really want to play more Persona 3, so if I come back at an early enough time tonight, or sometime tomorrow, I might do some guerrilla streams. Otherwise, just keep on the lookout for a schedule. But yeah, I really appreciate you guys hanging out with me. We are gonna, of course, go ahead and raid my best friend of all time. We're gonna be raiding Kiro Style, who's currently playing Ace Attorney Investigations 2. So if you guys can, please join me in sending him some hiya hey heys. If you guys have access to the emotes as well, give him some blankies too. But until then, guys, take care of yourselves. Have a wonderful weekend. Be kind to yourself, be kind to others, and have a good one. I love you guys so much. Otsuki!